Hi, everybody, and welcome in. Ooh, what a night! Happy new moon in Scorpio, partial solar eclipse, and Diwali, all wrapped up in one package. Tonight's a big night. The entire eclipse really has been in effect all of the day today, so we are firmly in its grip, in its grasp. I'm happy to see you too. So yeah, welcome in. I want to kind of lay the groundwork for tonight, and I have a little bit of astrological insight to share with you because there's a lot happening, and this isn't our first rodeo with a new moon in Scorpio, right? This isn't our first rodeo with a partial solar eclipse. But it's all coming together in a unique way this particular year. And I want to tell you, oh, I'm so happy, Bobby. Happy birthday to your mom. I'm so happy that all of you are here. Thank you for joining us tonight. We really appreciate you. Okay. Where do I even begin? There's so much to tell you tonight. So, if you've been with me for a while, you know that I always tell you eclipses reveal what's been hidden. And I always tell you the same thing. I'm not a secret keeper. I'm often too honest for my own good. But I don't keep secrets because I know if I do, they're all going to come flying out of the closet at times of the year like this. We have this eclipse tonight, and then we have a total lunar eclipse coming on November 8th. Between now and then, shit's gonna get real. And now these always happen for your highest good, right? So whatever needs to be revealed will be revealed in service of you and your evolution and your growth. I will tell you too, though, this year, one of my dearest friends is an astrologer, and she always calls herself a first generation astrologer because she never taught astrology. She's not in social media, so she's kind of like an OG. But I was talking to her this morning, and she said, Athena, the number one thing you need to tell people is this particular set of eclipses isn't just about the personal, it's about the collective. You're going to be seeing things on the political stage and the social stage coming to light. And she was talking about how there's also some aspects, different astrological aspects at play right now that relate to or could relate to social media. And so her biggest advice was, and I know some of you, I love you, I don't judge you for this, some of you find social media spats kind of entertaining. You know, you're there with the popcorn gifts and stuff, right? To the extent that you can, stay out of small, petty conflicts for the next month because you don't want to add fuel to the fire, okay? There could be little spits and spats. A lot of it's karmic. Her advice was just stay out of its pathway because it's not going to serve you. This entire eclipse window from tonight until midnight on the 8th of November is about you going inward. It's not about you going outward. This is about you doing your inner work, tending to your inner garden, your inner landscape, okay? Not getting involved in other people's business, trying to stay away from all of that because it can become overwhelming if you do. There's just a lot happening, and it really doesn't have anything to do with you. And to the extent that you can reframe, I would even say like a minor social media break might be really nice during this eclipse window, just because it'll be kind of tempting if you lean that way anyway. It'll be a little bit tempting to get up in other people's business, and that's not where you need to be. Because let me back up and tell you everything I want to tell you. Tonight isn't just, yesterday and today isn't just a new moon in Scorpio. It isn't just a partial solar eclipse. It's also Diwali. Diwali is the festival of light in the Hindu tradition. And when we are getting ready in the northern hemisphere to turn toward darkness and winter, like daylight savings time is coming, it's going to be dark by 6 p.m., which all of us summer babies just hate, you know? we're about to turn toward darkness. This is a festival of light. And tonight, and yet last night, are the nights when Lakshmi comes into your home to bless you with abundance and with gifts and with joy and happiness and all the things that you desire, right? So even though we have an eclipse going on right now, I am going to set intentions with you tonight. And I'll tell you why. Usually I don't do a lot of intention setting at eclipses. This one's different because a lot of the eclipse activity is not so much focused on the individual, it's focused on the collective. And I want to say something that's really, really interesting. And this has been, like I said, validated by multiple friends of mine who are astrologers, and we've been having these conversations recently. The Earth's electromagnetic field is shifting. The Earth's frequency is lowering as it's in its overall field. But that results in a raising of the consciousness of those of us who live here. It's ironic, but as the Earth's electromagnetic field decreases and shifts, it creates space for us to almost imprint on it and to raise our own individual consciousness and the consciousness of humanity. It's like a door is opening, okay? It's important as these shifts happen. There's been a lot of solar flares. You may have been hearing about those happening too, and those obviously have an impact. A lot of us, I don't know if you've been feeling it, I haven't been sleeping very well for the last month or two. Anybody else been? I'm kind of a Olympic sleeper. I'm really good at sleeping. I can sleep anywhere, anytime. I love sleeping. It's very easy for me to sleep. I don't like to wake up. I have not been sleeping. So if you're like me and you're usually an Olympic sleeper and you haven't been sleeping well, you are experiencing, right, this shift in the Earth's electromagnetic field. Okay, so I've been up at 2 a.m., I've been up at 4 a.m., and what's weird is like I've gone onto Facebook and actually chatted with friends in the middle of the night who are also awake, and it's like, what are we all doing awake at like 2 a.m., 4 a.m., right? That's not like me at all. So, and look at the feed, like a lot of you are resonating with this. So here's what I want to tell you. If you want to do what I'm doing, and I think tonight's a great night to start because, you know, new moons are when we do a couple of things. We set intentions for what we want to create. We release what's too heavy for us to carry anymore. This is our work tonight. And we start new patterns and new cycles. If you want to do what I've been doing, every time I wake up, and it's been helping me fall back asleep, I make a wish for the planet. And I focus on what do I want to experience here on this planet with the time that I have, right? Which at best is another 50 years, right? That seems like a long time. It ain't long. I got work to do, right? Best case scenario, right? I make wishes for the planet and it helps me fall back asleep. So I imagine clean water for everyone on the planet, right? And I imagine clean air for everyone to breathe. And I imagine joy and peace. And I imagine a reduction in conflict, right? Because usually when you wake up, what happens is your anxiety kicks in. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, right? And you start thinking about all the things that like went wrong during the day, or I don't know. Usually when you wake up in the middle of the night, it's kind of a shit show, right? Like your brain takes over. So I've chosen to use that time with intention to make wishes for everybody else, and it helps me fall asleep. Like when I think about, you know, unity consciousness, and when I think about healing, and I think about just beauty around the different parts of the world, it's a sweet return back to sleep. And I do believe that that energy comes back to us. We are creating a new planet right now with our thoughts. If you believe, like I do, in Hermetic wisdom, which takes us back to ancient Atlantis, then you believe that your thoughts create your reality. And if you believe that, then nights like tonight are really important. And like I said, usually at the eclipse, I tread very carefully. I don't set a lot of intentions. I don't charge stones. Tonight's a little different because of the energies that are at play, but there is really a chance for us right now, for you and me and for our generation, to have a direct impact on how this planet evolves. Now, here's what's interesting. When you have an eclipse situation, the places where the eclipse is most visible tends to be where the energy is most activated. And interestingly enough, it's most visible, this particular eclipse, from Russia and Iran, who are kind of on blast right now, right, in terms of like global conflicts and different things going on. So I think it's interesting that the place where this particular eclipse was most visible also is in need of direct healing. So if you wake up in the middle of the night tonight, it would be wonderful to send some beautiful energy to those parts of the world. It's also very visible from India and Pakistan. So that entire region has kind of a front row seat. Very interesting, right? So I wanted to share all this with you. I hope you find it interesting. I don't think this is a necessarily a personal eclipse. I think it's transpersonal. I think it's beyond the individual. I think it's really about our global development and ascension process that's happening right now. And I think each of us is so powerful because our thoughts create reality, and the collective thoughts can also create a new collective reality. Does that make sense? There's a lot of awakening happening. And like I said, between now and November 8th, I just wouldn't keep a bunch of secrets. That's just my advice to you. This is a potent corridor. And whatever you try to hide right now is just going to come right from behind you and go, hey, I'm what she's hiding. So unless you just want to share your secrets right now and get them out in the open, I just wouldn't do a lot of behind the scenes stuff right now. If you're a secret keeper, you know, if you have Scorpio moon, for example, how many Scorpio rising and moons do I have? Scorpio rising and Scorpio moon people, it's a hobby for them to keep secrets. They love that shit, right? My daughter's a Scorpio moon. I swear keeping secrets for her is a hobby. And I don't mind it because I know that about Scorpio moons. When I gave birth to her and I was like, there's a Scorpio moon, she's going to be keeping secrets. Like, that's just what they do. I just wouldn't keep a whole bunch of real big ones right now until the holidays. Y'all like to keep secrets, and I know it. So let's just be a little bit more transparent. Look at the feet, how many Scorpios we have. So anyway, we love you guys. It's a beautiful time to celebrate. It's my daughter's moon, might be your moon too. So welcome in. We're happy that you're here. Okay, so tonight we have kind of a hybrid ceremony because of the fact that we're celebrating Diwali and we're celebrating the new moon in Scorpio. So I'm going to smudge and clear the energy a little bit. I want to get you in the mood. This is, by the way, the new lighter from the, did you see the, next month is my moon, Sagittarius moon. And we made you a lighter holder. Did you see it? A Sage Goddess lighter holder. And it says on the back, light it up. Because I just love to burn shit. So I'm gonna break mine in tonight. But you'll get yours if you choose to order your kit. So I'm gonna light my Scorpio candle. If you want to do a fun, quick ritual, and I will tell you, get your kids involved, get your grandkids involved, get your nieces and nephews, your godchildren. Go be weird and get the neighbors' kids involved. Everybody loves a little magic, right? The ritual for tonight that you're supposed to do in the Hindu tradition is you are supposed to light every candle in your house. It's the evening of light, last night and tonight. So light every candle you can. That attracts Lakshmi. Lakshmi is the Hindu goddess of abundance and wealth, but she brings abundance of everything, right? And so she visits the homes that are clean and well lit. So clean your stuff up, honey, and light your candles so that Lakshmi will come to your house. She doesn't like dirty houses and she doesn't like dark houses. So light it up so that you are ready for Lakshmi to visit. Now there's, if you did not already do this, don't go right now, but when we're done tonight, we have these free worksheets for you at sagegoddess.com. We make them for you every month. So this is your new moon in Scorpio worksheets, and it tells you all about what happens when the moon is new in Scorpio, and it gives you the major themes. So this is what you should be looking at to set your intentions. Also gives you a mantra. And then we also made you a solar eclipse worksheet too, with some good journal questions. I'm a writer. I love journaling. That's kind of how I process. So if you're a journaler too and you love to write, you can just download these and print them, or you can just at least look at them and respond to them in your own journal or however you do that. I will tell you, one of the best things you can do for yourself is, let me focus a little bit, is to document your new moon intentions every month. At the end of the year, it is so fun to go back and look and read all your intentions from the year behind you. You'll be able to track how many came to pass, what didn't come to pass. Sometimes it's a blessing when your intentions don't happen, right? Because we don't always know the best things to ask for, right? You could have been setting an intention to get with Joe Bob, and it turns out Joe Bob sucks, right? Whatever, right? So sometimes the universe saves you by not fulfilling your wishes. But anyway, it's a really great practice. Always on New Year's Eve, I go back to my new moon journal and I read through my intentions from the year behind, and I just kind of track it, like, hey, what happened, what didn't happen. You do not have to leave your candles lit all night. I'm not a big fan of unattended candles because I have kids and animals. So I always blow my candles out, but it is a beautiful practice to just do like an hour this evening. Light all the candles, set your intention, invite Lakshmi into your home, or just abundance in general, right? Sometimes Joe Bob sucks and you don't know it because you're all focused on Joe Bob. And do you ever think about like your, loves from the past, and you're like, oh, I really wanted Joe Bob, and then you see Joe Bob on Facebook and you're like, really glad that didn't work out. I say Joe Bob because pretty much nobody's dream man is named Joe Bob, so I figure it's a kind of a safe name to use, but you know what I'm talking about. All right, so I'm going to burn a little sage. It's always good to burn some sage or Palo Santo or frankincense or copal, right? When we have, especially during big moon phases like this, when we have, sun and moon activity, and then on top of that we have high holidays like Diwali. It's good just to light a little sage and clear the energy, clear it off your tools, clear it off of you, right? Oh yeah. Now tonight we are working with the centerpiece of your tools for tonight was this necklace, which by the way is a very accurate pendulum. Have any of you used it as a pendulum? Yes, darling. This is a sterling silver cage pendant. I'm not wearing mine because I'm going to charge it and then I'll be wearing it afterward. This is, the stone inside is called Agni Monatite, and I just finished my 4th book, and I've been writing about Agni Monatite because, as you'll see in my forthcoming book, which will be out next summer, I have an interesting section about what I think are the next stones of ascension, and one of them is Agni Monatite. Now, Agni Monatite is interesting because it's not really a stone, it's a tektite, and it's not really a tektite, it's a pseudo-tektite. Let me explain what I mean. Tektites are formed when meteors strike the earth. This wasn't formed by a meteor. This is actually a form of obsidian, comes from Indonesia. And what happened was it comes from volcanic activity. So there was a volcano that erupted, it spewed this into the air. This material landed in the water and then laid in the water for millions of years and then surfaced. So this is truly a song of fire and water. It sounds like House of the Dragon, right? But it really truly is. This came from fire, but ultimately was birthed from water. So I think it's really powerful. The reason we chose it is because we have a new moon in Scorpio, water, but we have a solar eclipse, fire, right? So we have this fire and water energy happening tonight, and that's what this stone kind of harnesses and represents. So if you have any Agni Monatite, now here's what's fascinating on top of all of that. In the Buddhist tradition, there's something called the Chintamani stone, Cintamani, and it's known as the wishing stone. It's the equivalent of what they call the philosopher's stone in alchemy. And it's thought to be a material that you can work with to manifest anything you desire. This is thought to be the Buddhist Chintamani. That's why it's so powerful. So if you have this kit and you got this stone, or you have another piece of ognimonitite in your collection, if you're in Crystal Masters, we're working with your ognimonitite skull, right, coming up. So if you have any ognimonitite in your collection, tonight's the night to go and get it and to make a wish upon that stone tonight. This is your Chintamani. This is your powerful wishing stone to make your dreams come true. Isn't that interesting? It truly comes from fire and ice, from fire and water. And so it holds and harnesses both of those elements in one. So if you have this tonight, we're going to charge this up and work with this too. Let's go ahead and anoint with our desire drops. I gave you an aphrodisiac blend tonight. It's a Scorpio new moon. And I will tell you, we always anoint by putting just a little bit at our wrists for what we do. Yeah, this was from the kit for tonight. This is the Scorpio new moon kit. So if you got that kit, then you have these tools. If you don't have it, go into your collection, and if you have any ognimonitite, grab it, because we're going to work with it together. And you may already have a piece. We've had other pieces of ognimonitite at sagegoddess.com too. So a little bit at our third eye for what we know, at our wrist for what we do, and a little bit on our feet to bless our steps and where we go. A Scorpio new moon is an invitation to redefine desire. What do you want? How do you want it? It's a chance to set intentions for sex, passion, desire, intimacy, connection tonight. So I want you to think about all of that, okay? Because it's this combination of Scorpio with this eclipse, there's a combustion effect, and so this is also a chance to kind of break out of old patterns and really redefine what intimacy looks like in your relationship. Scorpio also governs mystery. It governs miracles. Scorpio is a healer through miracles, and so this is also a night if you really need healing to call that healing in, because it can come from any direction at any time. Let me see if there's anything else I wanted to tell you. And plus we have Samhain next week, which is the Celtic New Year, right? Aligns with Halloween. The veil between the worlds of the living and the dead is very thin right now, so we've got all of this Scorpio underworld energy coming up, Pluto and Persephone's descent, and all of these things happening right now. It's such a magical time, so I hope you're feeling all of that energy happening right now for you too. Okay. It's also about the battle between your ego and love. You know what I mean? This time right now, for each of us individually and for all of us collectively on the planet, it comes down to, do you want to be right or do you want to be in love? Sometimes those things are different, right? Is it important to you to win a battle or to win the war, right? Is it important to you to be, factually right all the time and have power over people, or is it important to you to be part of the whole and to be raising the collective consciousness? And I think that's a decision for you to make tonight, right? How do you want to operate in the world? And if you can be on that higher plane, which this eclipse is inviting us to consider, if you can be on that higher plane of just focusing on love and not focusing on right and wrong, I think ultimately that's going to be a source of empowerment for you. All right, so if you have your Diwali tools, the first thing I want to do after I open our circle is I want to activate this grid. This is a grid of light. The stones on the top are all light stones: Herkimer diamond, apophyllite, scolecite, and then a grid of darkness too, right? So on the bottom you have your golden sheet obsidian, your izurine, and your black tourmaline. So we're going to activate this grid, right? What is ego and what is boundaries? Ego is the part of you that protects you, right? I'm right, I matter, it's about me. And sometimes that's good, because your ego does keep you safe, right? Your ego looks out for you and says, we got to protect her, right? We got to keep her safe. But too much ego means I have to win and you have to lose, right? Versus a win-win. And then boundaries is about what is yours and what's not yours. You're not here to solve everybody's problems. people have to solve their own problems. So that's the difference between, or not the difference between, but sort of the definition of ego and boundaries. So I'm going to go ahead and open our circle tonight. And like I said, I'm so happy you're here. I hope you can stay for the whole hour. Even if you don't have your tools, we're going to set intentions together and really focus on harnessing tonight's energy, which is so powerful, especially the light energy in the middle of all this darkness. It's already dark outside here in Southern California, right? But when we are in darkness, that is the time to raise the frequency of light. When the planet's in crisis, that's the time to step into our healing power. And so that's really what I want to focus on with you. You ready? So I want you to take a deep breath, roll your shoulders back, and call your energy into present time. I'm just going to call in our friends, the guides and the guardians of the sacred directions. Oh, yeah. Now you are so welcome here. If you're here, it's for a reason. I've been doing these ceremonies for 11 years. Can you believe it? I have a lot of drums. This is my new moon drum that my friend in Kyiv, Ukraine, made for me, and it's my he made it for me for a new moon ceremony. So I think this is the second or third new moon. You guys would know that I've been working with Veloslav's new moon drum he made for me. He had to make it twice because it got damaged in transit from Kyiv to Los Angeles. So let's welcome in the guides and the guardians. Take a nice deep breath. Just be here now. I'm here for you. This ceremony is just for you. Set aside all your worries and your concerns and your fears and just be here now. Yeah, you can relax. Is it my third? Yeah, or my second? You can lay down or just sit comfortably. And let's give permission to every muscle and every cell in your body to relax, to soften, to open, to release tension. And just breathe, and just be. This moment is all we have, right? Cheers, you guys, and thank you for being here. So let's welcome in the guides and the guardians, beginning with the East. Guardians of air, on this big heavy night, help us to be light in our thinking. Help us to see clearly, eagle vision, hawk vision, yeah? To rise above the challenges of our lives, to be here, to appreciate each other, to enjoy our time together, to engage in new vision, higher, brighter, cleaner, lighter, in alignment with the highest good, yeah? Love you guys. Welcome in the guides and the guardians of the East with so much gratitude tonight. And then welcoming in guides and guardians of the South, fire element. Oh yeah, baby. I'm always here holding the fire for you, even on these watery nights. Element of fire, transformation, courage, strength, passion, life, death, rebirth in the South. Always courage, right? Summoning courage from the depths of our beings. We know we were made for these times. There's nothing we can't conquer and overcome. And we thank the guides and the guardians of the South for being here. And guides and guardians of the West. This Scorpio new moon is all watery. water. Scorpio dives deep, unafraid. You can't scare them. They'll scare you first. But underneath it all, Scorpio has a tender, tender heart. They're the most loving of people. We thank the guides and the guardians of the West for nurturing, for flow. We welcome Lakshmi tonight. Jai Mata Lakshmi. Her mantra, by the way, she's a goddess of the West. You ready to say it with me? Om Shrim Kleem. Om Shrim Kleem. Om Shrim Kleem. That mantra attracts wealth and abundance to you. Om Shrim Kleem. Om Shrim Kleem. Om Shrim Kleem. Om Shrim Kleem. Jai Mata Lakshmi. She's here in the circle with us tonight. Along with all the guides and the guardians of the West. Om Shrim Kleem. Om Shrim Kleem. Om Shrim Kleem. Or just Om Shrim. Om Shrim. Om Shrim. Om Shrim. Jai Mata Lakshmi. And then to the guides and the guardians of the North, we welcome you, element of earth, for grounding, peace, patience, presence, power, protection in the North. We look to the guides and the guardians of the North to keep us steady and stable, focused, tethered, so we don't float away. And they're always here keeping us grounded and safe. Om Shrim, Om Shrim, Om Shrim. It's such an invitation. Lakshmi is my patron goddess. I love her so much. One of my teachers told me I carry her frequency, which was one of the greatest compliments I've been given. We see you tonight. And then we welcome in the guides and the guardians of the element of spirit, the ether, the Akash. This is the element that animates the east, air, south, fire, the west, water, the earth, and the north. Magic comes and connects all the elements together, forms a star, doesn't it? It's the fifth element. It's the top point of the pentacle. So we welcome in the guides and the guardians of magic tonight. Help us move through this eclipse period with grace and ease, welcoming abundance and light, animating all of the elements, uniting them, combining them, synergizing them, alchemizing them. And together we say, Amen. Aho. And so it is. So it is. Yeah, and we'll put, if you if you Google Lakshmi mantra, you'll actually find really beautiful YouTube videos with people reciting the mantra 108 times. There are beautiful songs and hymns to Lakshmi. And so it's really cool. If you decide you want to go down that rabbit hole, we really encourage you to Google mantras for Lakshmi, and you will find so many beautiful, and artists who've recorded them, and you'll just find a lot that you'll enjoy. Maybe you'll find that you connect with her energy the way I do too. Okay. So what I want to do now is I want to have you turn your attention over to my Lakshmi grid. Because even if you don't have your tools, it doesn't matter. I'm going to activate this grid myself, and then I'm going to, with this double terminated wand, I'm actually going to bring the energy up to you. And so if you have a piece of jewelry or a stone that you want to charge tonight with the energy of Diwali, the energy of light, the energy of wealth, the energy of abundance that is so present at only this new moon each year, once I activate my grid, I'm going to bring this right up to the screen, and you can just hold your stone or your jewelry or your ring or whatever it is right up to the point, and you can connect with my energy. Yeah. So you ready? Let's charge this grid. Let's activate this grid. And these are called diyas. These are little ceremonial lights. These are traditional. These are actually from India. And you got one with your kit if you got this kit at sagegoddess.com. You also had the option of getting a kit with a bracelet. Any of you got this one? This is called a mali, and it's I already tied mine on this morning because I did a little puja this morning. I did a little prayer to Lakshmi myself. What's interesting is this is, believe it or not, do you see this little second shitty bracelet right here? This is my mali from last year. It looked just like this when I first put it on. Same exact thing. A year later, it's still on. I never took it off. I must have tied it on real good because it never went anywhere. So anyway, you're supposed to wear it until it falls off. I've never taken this off. This was from Diwali 2021. Isn't that crazy? So you might still be wearing your mali next year if you tie it real good and just don't take it off. Okay? So the red symbolizes power and prosperity, and the yellow symbolizes your spirituality. So, and I like to wear mine on my left wrist because your left hand is your feminine receiving, so it's like bringing all of that to you. If you want to be a great human, you can put it on your right wrist and then you'll be sending that energy out, but traditionally it's on the left wrist. So if you have your mali bracelet, if you got the kit with that, I want you to take a moment right now. And I like to just say either, an invocation to Lakshmi, Jai Lakshmi, or I like to say her mantra, Om Shrim Klim, while I'm tying it. And it's just a way of honoring and attracting abundance into your life. So you can go ahead and tie that on now. And if you don't have this particular bracelet, maybe you have a red thread or a golden thread somewhere in your magic craft drawer, honey. Maybe some embroidery floss. Doesn't have to be anything special, but it'd be beautiful for you to go and get a piece and do this with us tonight. So if you want to go grab it out of your sewing drawer, your sewing kit, and just tie that on and just commit to leaving it. It's lightweight, like I said, and how mine turned purple, I think it's from all my hair dye over the year, but the energy and the intention is there. You can do your ankle too, why not? Do you have a cute little ankle? I don't know if this would fit on my ankle. But if you have a cute little ankle, you can do that too. So anyway, now would be the time to tie that on. If you did get that kit, it came with black kyanite for clearing, honey calcite for mother energy, because Lakshmi is a mother goddess, and it came with red petrified wood to signify strength. So this is the two stones, and the red and gold reflect the colors in your mali bracelet. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to activate our grid now. So I'm going to, let me turn the camera back. Drawing down the energy of tonight, this new moon in Scorpio. And, keeping in mind how many millions of people are celebrating Diwali right now. It's a holy, sacred occasion in India. If you have Indian friends like I do, many, many friends across the entire country, they are celebrating and have been for 24 hours. So we call upon Mata Lakshmi to come and bless this grid, and we activate light. We activate abundance, we activate beauty, and we activate light in the shadows too, bringing light to dark places. You can totally use your Agni Monotype for sure. So I go first to Skolasite for peace and ascension, and back to Quartz for magnification and programming, out to Apophyllite for helping us reach new levels of conscious awareness, and back to Quartz for magnification and programming, to Black Tourmaline for protection as we move through the dark season, and back to Quartz for magnification and programming, to Azurine to help keep our energy fields clear, and back to Quartz for magnification and programming, to Golden Sheen Obsidian, which helps us integrate the light and shadow of our spirits, and back to Quartz for magnification, out to Herkimer Diamond, double terminated, sending and receiving the highest light frequency on the planet, and back to Quartz for magnification. And we always end where we began, back at Skolasite for ascension. And we give thanks to Mata Lakshmi for all of her blessings of light and beauty. Amen, aho. And so it is. And so I'm bringing this point right to you. So anything you want to charge with this energy, like I said, it could be jewelry, it could be the pendant from tonight's kit, it could be Something else from your collection that you want to hold the frequency of this ceremony. It could just be you. Just put your finger up to the screen and receive that energy that's being sent to you right now. And take a deep breath with me there. Send with love. And back to the grid. Returning your energy and intentions here. And so it is. Now, I am going to charge my pendant. So, whenever I charge something, and charging means activating, right? So I'm going to hold my pendant in my left hand, and I'm going to bring this quartz point to my Agni Monatite. Again, activating its wish-granting properties as the Chintamani stone, activating its powers of fire and water based on its origins in Indonesia. Imagining the volcano it came from and the water that it dove into and how it was there for millions of years, collecting all of that wisdom from Java, one of the most beautiful places in the world. And then again, back to you one more time so that you can benefit from all of that energy, all of those wish-granting properties and benefits to anything that you want to connect that to. Amen, aho, and so it is. Okay. So the most important work for tonight, as I mentioned, two things. One is releasing. We only do big releasing work at the new moon. We don't do that at the full moon. The full moon is not a releasing time. Some people say it is, and I'm not a judgmental person, but I will tell you, magically, it's not aspected. The full moon is when you are attracting, you are illuminating, you are expanding, right? Your blood gets thicker at the full moon. You tend to hold on to water weight at the full moon, right? Everything gets bigger. At the new moon is usually when you feel lightest. Your body is at the lightest period of its cycle. Your blood is thinnest at the new moon. Like, all of this is factual. So we have the capacity to be light, easy, and release energy at the new moon that we don't have at the full moon. So I want to ask you now, and I'm going to light my sage. Anything, and this is such a big deal tonight, of all nights, because of the eclipse. It is so important. That's why I'm lighting the sage again, because I really want to give you a visual for this. What needs to be released? It can be a person, it can be an emotion, it can be anything. It can be, maybe you're releasing a relationship or a job, or an emotion that's too heavy for you to carry anymore. You don't want to hold on to anger. You don't want to hold on to resentment. I want you to release it right into that smoke. Anything that needs to be let go tonight. I always like to release to the elements, and this is air. And you know, air is across the wheel from water. East is across the wheel from west, right? So when we have a big watery moon like this, moon phase, it's really nice to release into air. It's a counterbalancing. And just take a deep breath with me there. Let it go. Let it go. And give thanks while you let go, right? Whatever emotion or person or experience you're releasing right now, it taught you something, didn't it? Gave you something. Even the hard things are teachers, aren't they? It sucks. But now it's time to release. And just like that, releasing is a decision, it's not an action. It's just deciding not to hold on to it anymore. Look at the feet, it's beautiful. Releasing pain, toxic people. Toxicity's gotta go at a Scorpio new moon. I mean, I'm sorry, but like if there's a new moon this year to let go of toxic shit, bye. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. Ancestral karma, bye. Pain, anxiety, worry, fear, bye. Jealousy is a good one to let go of tonight. Don't be jealous. Nobody really has it better. You know what I mean? When people are jealous, it's because they think somebody over there has something better, but have you lived long enough to figure out that that's not true? You really wouldn't want to be somebody else. You know what I mean? When you're young, you think you do, and then as you get older, you're like, oh, I'm so glad I'm not anybody else, right? Nobody's really got it better than you do. Everybody's got their shit to deal with. So letting go of toxic stuff tonight. Bitterness, jealousy, anger. Bye. Bye. Grief, bye. Resentment, bye. Bye. It's not good for your skin. It isn't. None of those things are good for your skin. They age the shit out of you. You want to know how to age well? Let your shit out, go. Let it, bye, 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 bye. You're enough. You're great. You're awesome. You're healthy. You're well. You're beautiful. You're strong, right? Anything else? Bye. And teach your young people how to do this too. Wouldn't you have loved to figure that out when you were young? I wish I had known what I know now when I was young. It would have saved me a lot of time and troubles. Okay, so now that we've cleared out the ish, right? We've exfoliated. Our skin is looking lovely now. I am telling you the truth, though. People who age well don't hold on to shit. The people who look like all shriveled up like prunes, they're holding on to a bunch of shit. And it shows. It's not good for their skin. Bye. How's it benefiting you? Is it working out for you? One of my favorite teachers always asks me, he's so funny, he's always like, so how's that working for you? I'll say, well, I'm mad, or I'm sad, or I'm pissed, or I'm... And he'll be like, how's that going? I'm always like, it's not going well. Great, then what are you doing? And he's always right. How's that working out for you? Something to think about tonight. A Scorpio new moon, right? Yeah, you want me to hold up the wand one more time to get the energy? Let me just hold it to the grid one more time. If one person needs it, more people than that need it. So I'm connecting here. And now I'm bringing to you. Charge it up, honey. This is the good stuff. This is what you want. You let all that shit go, and then you pick up the good stuff. Yeah. Seriously, hashtag, how's that working? It's not working. Don't be a bitter Betty. Okay. Bye-bye, bitter Betty. So on your card that came with your kit is your Own Your Desires. I want you to write your Scorpio new moon. And you can have a lot of intentions, but usually there's like one primary intention. What's your main intention tonight? And I'm telling you, the best intentions that are, and by best I just mean aligned with the energy of this particular evening and the lunar events, would be around sex, desire, transformation, because Scorpio rules the birth-death cycle. So anything around releasing grief or attracting desire, building desire, creating deeper intimacy in relationships, all of that would be really, really, really well aspected. So I'm going to write my intention down too. I do it with you. Yeah, Betty's bitter and her skin isn't good. Like I said, you can have as many intentions as you want. They don't cost anything. I will give you a tip though. With intention setting, and don't ask me why I don't make the rules, you do need to say it or write it down. Having it in your head is not good enough. They don't call it a spell for nothing, right? Spelling, writing, speaking creates a vibration. Thinking does too, but it's more powerful when you write it down in your own handwriting. Even typing is not as powerful. So you need to either write these things down or say them out loud, and you can do whatever you want to do. I like to write. So I always write my New Moon intentions. I've been writing my New Moon intentions since I was 17 years old, which is the first time I did it. So if you're new to this process, that's great. If you're like me and you've been doing it for 32 years, I'm 49, is that right? Yeah. Sometimes my math is not good. You've had a lot of practice, which is great. Okay. So what I want to do now is I want to, as I always do, I want to send your intentions up. You ready? And it's okay, Kelsey. You don't want to set intentions tonight, don't do it. Always trust your intuition. Remember how smart you are, how wise you are, right? Your intuition will never lead you astray. Don't you? I mean, at least for me, every time I've made a big mistake, it's because I didn't follow my intuition. It's like, shit, I knew. I didn't listen. Isn't it true? Every time I follow my intuition, even when it's weird, it's like, it's probably the right call. It will never lead you astray. I don't know, I have to say, like, I have enjoyed today. Sometimes eclipses are rough, but this one feels gentle, and it feels timed well, and it feels like we're ready for it, doesn't it? Like, we're all cosmically ready to release a bunch of shit and let things just be open and clear the air. We've been living through a collective trauma and drama for over 2 years, almost 3 years now. Like, let's take a deep breath and just let everything be clean and clear and refreshed and renewed. It's like rebooting the hard drive, you know? Like, let's do that. It feels good. And like, lean into that. Don't give into this like, ooh, eclipse, scary, scary, right? I don't feel that this time. It feels good. It feels like it's time. It does feel like an exfoliation, right? And our skin's been dirty for a while, so we're really scruffing off that top layer. And there's nobody I'd rather do it with than you. So let's send those intentions up now. You ready? And that's as simple as just saying it out loud, writing it down, putting it in the feed. Great Spirit, God, Goddess, and Source of all that is, the one consciousness. Hear us tonight as we claim, as we welcome, we receive. Remember, you always set your intentions in the present tense as if it's already happening. If you say, I would like, that defers it. That tells the universe you don't have it yet. I have, I claim, I enjoy, I receive. What are you claiming? What are you enjoying? What are you receiving? Love, passion, intimate connection, desire, power, transformation, shape-shifting, clear communication. Everything aligned to my highest good and the highest good of this planet, and everyone who's here at this time, right? Power, power, power. Health, wealth, and light. Mata Lakshmi is here. She'll bring it all to you. She delivers curbside. She's like the DoorDash of magic, right? Bring it in, honey. What are you calling in? Let's do this. And dream big. This is not a time to play small. It's all possible. It's all possible. I enjoy it. I enjoy abundance. It's mine. I claim it. I enjoy good health. It's mine. I claim it. I enjoy deep, intimate, passionate connections. I claim them. I welcome them. I'm here for that. I enjoy transformation. Becoming a higher, lighter, cleaner version of myself. I welcome that. I'm here for that. I love being vibrant and healthy and pain-free, right? I like that. relaxation, and I claim joy and laughter, good friends, and good times with good friends. Right? I'm open to love from all directions, of all kinds, from all people. I'm here for that. I welcome synchronicity. I enjoy being at the right place at the right time. I welcome new opportunities for growth, for abundance, for joy. Woo! What do you enjoy? What are you here for? What is DoorDash bringing to you tonight? All right, great spirits, see us as we send these collective wishes to you on eagle's wings. Watch them take flight. Seal these intentions on our behalf. Bring them to us in perfect time, full alignment with our highest good, the highest good of all beings on this planet at this time. May we be a blessing to ourselves and to each other. And together we say, Amen. So good, right? Aho. And so it is. And big thanks again to my beloved friend Belislav for this drum. I love you if you're watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For making my drum in the middle of the war and sending it twice from Kyiv. So thankful for his magic. Yahoo. Cheers, darling. I'm going to let my candles burn a little bit longer, just because that feels right. And yeah, if you are looking for a drum, I don't get anything for telling you this. He's just a good human, and he's the best drum maker on the planet. Karen put the link up for you to his Etsy shop. And if you're looking for a rattle, Vartra, who is my other beloved on Etsy, is the best rattle and fan maker. And he's got an incredible one on his Etsy shop right now. Somebody needs to go and snatch that up. They're my friends, but they're magicians, and they're good humans. So it's wonderful to support good people. You need good tools. If you're going to do this work, you should have the best tools, and there's no one like them on the planet. I think my drum is I actually don't know what the dimension of this one is. It's big. I want to say it's like 22 inch. My drums range in size from like 22. I have a couple of big gong drums from Belislav that are more like 30-inch drums, but I think 22 is a good size. So let's release our guides and guardians tonight. They've been so attentive this evening. So we always begin where we ended. So let's thank and release the guides and the guardians of the element of spirit. Thank you for coming through and animating the 4 other elements. Thank you for reminding us that magic is real. Thank you for bringing us all together across space and time. Let me release you with gratitude. And then thanking and releasing the guides and the guardians of Earth, of the North. Thank you for holding this space steady, for your patience and peace and presence and protection. In the North, we release you with gratitude. Thanking and releasing all of the guides and guardians, mother goddesses in the West. Thank you, Lakshmi, for attending our circle and our ceremony this evening. We release you. Thanking and releasing all the guides and guardians of the South, all the fire guardians. especially if you are like me, all fire. That is your direction. We thank and release all the guides and guardians from the southern direction. Thanking and releasing all guides and guardians from the east. Thank you for clarity, vision, and new beginnings. Thank you for this new moon, new cycle. May it be blessed for all of us. And with that, darlings, this new moon ceremony is complete. You're so welcome. Like I said, you know, I love doing these ceremonies for you. If you're new to Sage Goddess, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We do new moon, full moon, and high holiday ceremonies for free. On Tuesday, I'll be doing a Samhain ceremony, which is the Celtic New Year. Samhain just means summer's end in Gaelic. So we'll be celebrating the official end of summer. It's the third harvest of the 3 harvest cycle. So you're welcome to join me for that too. New moon is my favorite moon phase. I think the full moon, it makes people lunatics. It makes them crazy. I really like a good new moon. I like to make wishes. I have since I was a little girl. So I love the idea of new moons and new beginnings. So if you do too, I hope you'll always join me for these. It's always a pleasure to be with you. So speaking of new moons, the next new moon is my moon, as I mentioned. It is a new moon in Sagittarius, and these are the tools. They are at sagegoddess.com. They are over halfway sold out. They're 22% off with code Eclipse. My beloveds, Karen and Alexis, will put the link up for you. If you go to sagegoddess.com, you're going to see them right on the main first page. And it comes with the lighter case that says light it up. It comes with, this is kind of the coolest thing that we've done for you this year, I think. We made you a burner for your sage bundles. Isn't that cool? And it says Sage Goddess on it. And then we're giving you a white sage bundle dipped in dragon's blood for protection. And it fits right in the middle. And what's cool is all you have to do is light it. And then all the ash drops right down into the dish. So it's like self-cleaning. It's kind of the coolest thing. So we designed this, we created it. You also get an Arvezanite palm stone, because Sagittarius is very good at manifestation, so we're going to do that. You get your candle and you get your perfume. You also get a Palo Santo stick that says light it up. That's kind of the theme. And then if you get your tools before midnight tonight, one of you is going to win this wand, which I've been saving, which is your Wild Goddess wand. This is worth $1,000. It's Aura Spirit Quartz, Aura Lemurian Quartz, a titanium quartz cluster, and then all the gems and jewels in between, and it's all in sterling silver. So you can activate grids and do everything like I did tonight. And that is at sagegoddess.com, and again, your code is Eclipse for 22% off. We tried to make it easy because like it's an eclipse tonight, so. And you get your card to set your intention with me next month. And that way you'll have everything that I'll have next month. Isn't that cool? The wand is cool. The lighter case is kind of awesome. I burn things every day, so I'm so excited to have a little case for my lighters. And then when your lighter, poops out on you, then you just pull your lighter out and put a new lighter in. And you can use this for like the small Bic lighters if you want, or you can use this for if you're like me and you use your torch lighters, which this is my preference. Kind of exciting. So you can go and get those. Yeah. So the rattles are, let me see if I can show you. Karen probably has the link. I think that his shop is called Vartra Drums, I think, on Etsy. Let me pull it up real quick. Yep, here you go. Yeah, here's Vartra on Etsy. And then can I just show you, can I just be your sister for a second and just show you what I think is really cool? He's got some gorgeous drums on there too, but he's got this fan on there right now. It is, oh, did he sell it? Here's a rattle. His rattles are insane. Look at the rattle. and he puts like quartz points on it, and he does videos, and then the handles are always antlers. It's just insane. I mean, it's kind, you know, you might look and say, well, it's expensive, but I mean, the quality of his tools is incredible. He makes his own drum beaters, but he had this smudge fan on there. I think he might have sold it. I think it's sold. But anyway, look at this drum. Somebody go get this drum so that I don't buy it. It's the color of my hair. And that's a 22-inch. Anyway, have fun shopping. Go get your new moon tools, and then go get a rattle, and then go get a drum, and you'll be on your way. Aho, everybody. Have a great rest of your evening. If you do shop on those sites, please tell them I said hello. They are amazing, magical men in my life, and I adore them both. And we'll see you soon. I will be with you, like I said, on Tuesday for our Samhain ceremony. If you are joining me, I'm doing a live virtual retreat this weekend. I do things like that. It's sold out, so unfortunately there's no seats left, but if you signed up for my Of Light and Shadow retreat, I'll be seeing you on Saturday for that, and we're really looking forward to that too. So have a great rest of your night, everybody. Happy new moon, happy eclipse, happy Diwali. May the light be with you always. May Lakshmi shine her blessings upon you.